So we got one man, one journalist, on a mission to gaslight the public that Stellarblade has actually something wrong with it. He can't really articulate what that is yet, but I'm pretty sure he's going to find it because, like, he keeps throwing arguments in the dark at the board, and eventually, like, maybe one argument will land. But so far, he's desperate. Now, here's the interesting part. If, let's say, 2 years ago, I would come to you and I would tell you, look, I made a video game, and it's got a sexy female character, it's got decent gameplay, almost no bugs, it will work day one on launch, and it's got a kick-ass soundtrack as well, and a somewhat decent story. Would this game sell? Like, looking at the current market, looking at what's coming out, would you say that this game will sell? I think like every single person would be like, okay, so you made something like Bayonetta, and it's got no bugs, and it's got good soundtrack? Like, yeah, I think it will sell quite a bit. Right? Like, right now, it's 2023, all of the Western video games are shit, all of the female characters and the aesthetics are ass, all of the concepts are not original. Like, you're saying you made an original concept. Yeah, okay, well, it will probably sell, right? Like, any moron can understand this. You don't need that much of an IQ to figure it out, but then you realize that video game journalists exist in the world, and they simply can't get it. Now, I know why they can't get it. The reason they can't get it is because they are grifteurs. Like, they're grifting. They're banking on this ideology that's anti-consumer, that is anti-market forces, and they're trying to prop it up. They're trying to prop it up and say, no, the only way to create art is to have woke ideology. Like, nothing else is acceptable. If you deviate, if you do other things, you hurt society. And so now they're saying, okay, something was actually made, which, let's be honest, looks like a game that was made before 2016. Like nothing from Stellarblade's aesthetics is that revolutionary. And so you have this game, it's selling, to no one else's surprise or shock. And for some reason, like, society isn't destabilizing, right? Like, men are not becoming misogynistic pigs. The number of sexual assaults isn't increasing because of this video game. No one is suffering. In fact, the game is doing pretty well. And so now you have the journalists that are trying to pick up their house of cards to like, realize that all their work for the last 10 years with, like, feminism and objectification and hypersexual, like, all that was nonsense. But that requires to exist in order for their friends in the industry to keep grifting. Like, all the consultants, all the Sweet Babies. That you guys saw when gamers went after Sweet Baby, how immediately the journalists formed ranks and they tried to defend it, despite the fact that Sweet Baby was in the wrong. The reason they did this is because that is the grift, right? And so if you have video games that are outside the grift, that are doing well, you may have actual investors going around, well, hold on a little bit, like, why are we listening to these journalists? Like, they're actually trying to hurt our businesses in order to promote their friends. And so this is why you have Paul Tassi talking about, oh yeah, like, Stellarblade is popular, sure, but look how many Asians are playing. And then he has to say, it's like, well, tweet screenshot, I'm not saying that this is bad. It's like, why the fuck are you saying it then? Why the fuck are you saying it, right? Like, do we do the same thing when a Western video game comes out and we say, oh yeah, but like most of the numbers come from America? No, we don't do that, right? Like, it would be weird. How would we feel if China did that, right? Like if China made the game and the Chinese would be like, well, yeah, but like most of the players are from the United States. We don't mean anything by it, right? Like, we're just saying, like, well, why are you saying it? You're not saying it when Baldur's Gate is popular, right? Now here's the interesting part. The idea would be, I guess, like, Asian people are more nationalistic, more patriotic, so, like, they're supporting their game because it comes from their country. And, like, don't get me wrong, like, what's wrong with that? Like, why aren't woke games supported by Americans then? Why isn't, like, Assassin's Creed Shadow being sold incredibly well in Western markets, huh? Where is the Western people supporting their dog shit? Like Dragon Age, where's the support for that? Interesting, right? Now, you know what's interesting? It used to be the other way around. Like, do you guys remember World of Warcraft? Who made that? Blizzard. What country? The United States. Do you know the phenomenon that World of Warcraft created in Asia? Or let's talk about StarCraft. Like, StarCraft actually became a national sport in South Korea. So it's not like it's impossible for the West to make good products that would sell in Asia. In fact, that they would sell around the world, right? None of those were woke. And why aren't we talking about that, right? Like, why aren't we saying, oh yeah, well, this game has like a disadvantage because, you know, maybe people don't like it. Like, who wants to play with a sexy female character, right? Like, no one wants that. But the only reason that the Asians are buying it is because they're patriotic. Because that's the implication, right? It's like, the game is disgusting, it's degenerate, it's disturbing, it's got no LGBT in it. And so the only reason people buy it is because they're from Asia and they're supporting their country. Give me a fucking break. Or they're trying to say, well, yeah, but, you know, people in the West, they still have a different culture. Like, people in the West are still woke. This game is still degrading for Westerners. Which, you know, fine. Let's have that argument. Let's have the argument that as a gaming company, you should consider more what the Westerners want. But then the question is like, why? Why? Because when you make a game for Westerners, when you make a Dragon Age or something like that, and it's got less numbers than Stellarblade, the implication is that if you make a game for the global audience, right, like, and you consider that Asians have money too, which is worth the exact same thing as the Westerners' money, there's no incentive to cater to Westerners because they don't buy your product anyway. So, like, just make the stuff that sells on a global market. Simple as. But see, the interesting thing is the spite, because this is why people are pointing it out. When I notice a game that's woke and it's selling, I'm not coping, I'm not seething. Because there have been woke games that sold, right? Life is Strange is one of them. I even said, yeah, it's a good game. I mean, sure, you know, it's the first one. The other two are shit. But like the first one, I said, yeah, Life is Strange is good. What else did we got? Baldur's Gate, right? Like, Baldur's Gate, in my opinion, it's a woke game. But I'm not coping, I'm not seething. I'm like, okay, well, there's a woke game that actually managed to sell. Fine. And I can explain why that is, you know, because the gameplay is literally that good that it's carrying the wokeness. Like, it's not that the wokeness is actually selling the game. The wokeness is kind of like swimming with a stone wrapped around your waist. It's pulling you back. Now, some people are that muscular, some people are that athletic that they manage to swim with the weight dragging them down. But that is despite the weight. That is not like the game sold because it's woke. Like, people bought it because it has bare sex scenes in it. Or you can fuck demons in it. Or that you got pronouns and shit. Like, people didn't buy Baldur's Gate because of that. Right? And so, like, every now and then you have a product that's that of a high quality that even with the wokeness dragging it back, it still manages to perform. And I'm willing to admit that. I will say, okay, well, this game was woke, managed to sell. But meanwhile, when you see the opposite happening, when you see a non-woke game selling, these people freak the fuck out. And this isn't the first time. Like, let's not forget Wukong. They did the exact same argument. It's like, oh, Wukong is bad. And why was Wukong bad? It didn't have any degeneracy in it, right? But it wasn't woke. That's the problem. Their problem isn't that it has a sexy female character. Their problem is that it's not their friends doing it. Like, if the company that makes Stellarblade would start hiring consultants that the journalists like, you know, if they were to start hiring their friends, immediately you would see how they stop complaining. Immediately you would see how, oh, well, no, this is an amazing game. Excellent. They did the same with Japanese companies. Let's not forget, you know, during the time of Anita Sarkeesian, almost every single game she complained about was made in Japan. And almost every single video game journalist was attacking Japanese companies. Like, for instance, Resident Evil for having black people in it. Do you guys remember that? I remember. Like, they were absolutely livid. They were livid with Bayonetta. They were livid with every single game that was coming from Japan. Until Japanese companies have started going woke and have started hiring consultants. All of a sudden, you know, oh, a Japanese game is coming. AAA, yes, very excited. You know, Street Fighter, amazing game. Do you see how they're not bitching about Street Fighter? Do you see how they're not complaining? Like, Street Fighter has characters just as sexy as Eve. But it also has woke characters. And so, like, they're not bringing it up. They're not talking about the numbers. They're not complaining about anything. They're shutting the fuck up. And that's the problem. People are noticing the grift. People are noticing that this isn't about morality. Like, these journalists, they're trying to camouflage themselves amongst the Christians. Trying to pretend that, oh, well, this is not... okay, this is sinful, this is degenerate, even using like Christian language, like degenerate, But then when it's their game that's filled with degeneracy, it's like bear sex and all the other shit, all of a sudden, wow, this is an amazing game. It's like, hold on a little bit, like just a while ago you said, right? And then people are making the connections and it's like, okay, so you're just a wolf in sheep's clothing. You're just using this as a camouflage to try to appeal to people that aren't on your side. And it's like, oh, I'm just like you guys. You know, it's a tried and true tactic. I'm just like you guys. Don't mind me. I'm not a fake geek. I'm not a fake gamer. I'm actually a Christian, and I don't like to see titties in video games because it's sinful. Anyway, in the meantime, Stellarblade is doing excellent. Let me know what you guys think. The mods, really great, I gotta say. If you wanna hear more from me, I got a live stream on my other channel. It's going to be pinned down in the comment section. Hopefully, I will see you guys there. Take care.